Halo Infinite's winter update is almost here, and this is definitely going to be the game's biggest update yet. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about the new content that you can expect, and whether or not the winter update is going to be a good thing. If you do enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new here. I really do appreciate it, and it really does help the channel out. But without wasting any more of your time, let's jump straight in. The winter update will arrive on November 8th and brings quite a lot of new content in the game, so let's talk about the two big things first. Campaign co-op, after several delays, is finally coming to the game and will be arriving with 24 new achievements, so this is the perfect time to jump back into the campaign and give it a go with some friends. A few of my mates still haven't played Infinite's campaign, and I know they're looking forward to running through it on co-op, and I'm looking forward to going back through it again and unlocking some of these new achievements. I'm really hoping the missing campaign cosmetics, like a couple of stances and weapon charms that were never released originally, are finally released as a part of this, but I am a bit skeptical. There's been no mention of that, so it's not something I'm really expecting to happen, but it's something that I would very much appreciate if it did. But even bigger than that, Forge is finally coming to the game. It's being branded as a Forge beta, but this is just Forge. It will be in the game permanently from this point forward. This is just an earlier build of Forge. It's just going to get better and better as time goes on. Pretty much everything you've seen from all these Forge leaks will be doable in this build of Forge. This is Forge. It's being branded as a beta, but it's no different than when the game came out and was claimed to be a beta and was exactly the same on launch. This is just Forge. And based on the leaks, I'm super excited to see the stuff that people will create, and I'm actually looking forward to trying to make a map or two myself. With the addition of programming, the options are literally limitless. You can create entirely new game modes, you can create new systems, like I saw someone that built a zip line, and like all this random stuff that you can now do in Forge that just seems really fun. And on the topic of Forge, we can also expect at least 3 new maps. First of all, the ones that were announced with the winter updates, Detachment and Argyll. Both of these are arena maps, and I'm super excited to finally play them, mostly for custom games. I'm not exactly a big fan of arena, but these will be extremely fun to try on the community game nights I host. It'll just be nice to have new maps. Alongside this, we also know that the Pit is arriving at some point during the winter update period. They announced this at the recent HCS Orlando event, and I'm really excited to play this too. Sure, I would prefer actual maps like with the dev tools, but Forge in Infinite looks that good where it's honestly not even that noticeable that these are Forge maps. And although it hasn't been confirmed, I'm pretty sure community-made Forge maps will also get added to matchmaking at some point, similarly to how they did in Halo 5. And we know file share is also going to be an option, so if you want to just try some new maps out with some friends, maybe for a couple of customs, then that's something you can do. The lack of a custom games browser is a little bit disappointing, but there's still plenty of ways to meet random people and to play this game, whether that be through the Xbox looking for a group system, or the plethora of Discord servers that revolve around Halo and have a lot of people playing Halo in them, so it won't really be that hard to find people to play the game with. The Customs game browser should be coming during Season 3, and this will make it a lot easier to find those matches, but the lack of it, although disappointing, isn't really the end of the world. We also know that there's going to be a 30-tier free battle pass for all players that will be bringing out the missing Mark 5B cosmetics, such as the CQB helmet, the Mark 5 helmet, the security shoulder pads, and more. Some people have tried to claim this is a bit of a scummy move or a cash grab on 343's behalf because you have to buy the Season 1 Battle Pass to get the Mark 5B core, but as of the winter update, that will not be true. The Mark 5B core will be given to all players for free. I don't know whether or not everyone will just be instantly given it. I don't know if it's going to be where they change it on the Season 1 Battle Pass to unlock it for free, so you'll have to unlock it on the Season 1 Battle Pass and then you can unlock these cosmetics. Or maybe the Mark 5B core will also be a part of the 30 tier pass. Obviously anyone that's already got it won't unlock it again, but if you haven't unlocked it, then you can unlock it off this free pass. And I think this is a very good thing for 343 to do. It's definitely a bit of damage control, but I have no issue with it. And yes, although the new cosmetics were cut content, they just never released during Season 1, I'm super excited for them to finally come to the game, especially the Mark 5 helmet, and it'll be nice to have more options for the Mark 5B core, and I'm expecting a lot of people's spawns to look very different after this update. As well as this, we're also getting the Match XP beta. I don't really think beta is the correct word that 343 should have used here. That makes it sound like it's going to be really awkward. I don't understand why Match XP needs a beta, but regardless, I'm glad that it's going to be something in the game. and it should definitely make grinding this battle pass feel much less stressful. I shouldn't have to play modes that I don't want to play. And it seems like, you know, we're finally getting match XP, so that'll make progression much easier and much more enjoyable, as I can just play the modes that I want to play and unlock the cosmetics that I want to use. And while we're on the topic of cosmetics, there's also going to be 2 completely new events during this period. On December, we're getting Winter Contingency 2, which I'm speculating will add the missing Christmas cosmetics, such as the snowman helmet, the Santa hat, and the other ones. Maybe even a few new things. I wouldn't be surprised if we got that peppermint weapon coating for a couple of other weapons, or maybe some brand new coatings entirely. And then the second new event during this period is Joint Fire. I don't really know anything about this one. I don't know if it's going to add a new mode, or if there's going to be anything added with this at all. I don't know what the cosmetics might be, but regardless, I'm intrigued to find out what it is. Backtracking a little bit to Winter Contingency 2, I'm really hoping 343 makes use of Forge being in the game for this event, and maybe give all of the maps a bit of a Christmas makeover. It'd be cool if this is another big team battle event, and they make every big team battle map, sort of cover it in snow, add some Christmas lights around. That would be really fun. It would really add to the atmosphere that there's supposed to be a Christmas event, and it's something I'd really appreciate. On a bit of a side note while talking about events, I really hope 343 uses the Winter Update as an opportunity to bring back some of the Season 1 events. Especially tactical ops, because I know a lot of people missed out on that, and a lot of people missed out on the Mark V Zeta helmet, so it would be cool if 343 gave people the opportunity to unlock that. The Winter Update is on from November to March, so there's plenty of time there to add some of those old events and just bring them back, and it just gives people a reason to stay invested. They could maybe bring Tenrai back a couple of times too, and actually have a Tenrai themed Forge map to play on if you're playing the event. They don't need to make the mode Fiesta again, they could do something a little bit different, and that is something that I'd really appreciate. We also know that there's missing cosmetics from Tenrai, like a few shop cosmetics, there's a couple of coatings and the dragon shoulder pads, so if they wanted to bring them back with the shop, bring the event back for those that missed it. And speaking of the shop, I do think the Winter Update is going to be the period where we start to see a lot of those Season 1 items return, like the Soldier Bundle or ISR or Enigma. I think this is going to be the time frame where we see a lot of those old items from Season 1 finally make their return to the shop. I know the Soldier Bundle especially is one that members of my community are literally begging for to return, so hopefully they bring that back and reduce its price to 1,200 credits. We're also getting a brand new game mode, which is Covert One Flag. This is basically just a custom games variant. It's just a variant of One Flag where the weapons change. One team has infinite active camo and the other team has infinite threat sensors. I'm curious to see how this will play, considering we only have one map that really works for One Flag right now. Does this mean we could be expecting some other Forge maps that are more catered to that mode? That'd be interesting to see. Maybe we'll finally get a Forge remake of Zanzibar, and that would be perfect for this mode. And then we should also expect several quality of life improvements. We don't know what these are, but hopefully maybe some fixes to desync or other major bugs that are currently plaguing the game. So in conclusion, it seems like the Winter Update is packed with content. There is going to be a lot here for players to enjoy. For this basically a miniature season, this is essentially season 2.5. And I definitely think there's enough content for me personally to keep me invested in this game until season 3. There's a bunch of new cosmetics to unlock, there's new maps to play, I'll be able to replay the campaign with co-op, build maps in Forge, and try out new maps and modes that people have made in Forge. You'll be able to recreate stuff like Infection and Juggernaut. The only problem is that they'll be tied to that one map, but this really isn't that much of an issue. We know those modes will be getting added properly eventually, so this is just a good thing for now. And as I said earlier, the stuff that you'll be able to create in Forge is literally insane, so there is going to be a ton for players to do here. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the Winter Update down in the comments. Are you excited for it? I know the roadmap as a whole was disappointing. Like, I was also really disappointed in it. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. But I am super excited for this Winter Update, and as it gets closer, my hype builds up just a little bit more every single day. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments. Thank you all for watching, I'll catch you all in the next one.